Hello everybody, and thank you for joining me today. We are going to be doing the Epizone swing pub, and just so that you guys know where we're coming from, our methodology comes from the Epizone trend following system using supply and demand, support and resistance mixed with pure price action to do what we do. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. We are going to be doing our forecast of the previous two markets that we're looking at last week. Last week we were looking here at the dollar, the euro dollar, as well as the pound Aussie. Okay, and let's go ahead and get started here on the euro dollar. On the euro dollar in the weekly time frame, these are the levels that we've been ranging from, and we've been ranging from a weekly demand level from 2002. Okay, so that is a really old level, but it has kept us in this range that we have just been seeing hold week after week, month after month. Okay, and it's been going on for almost like 2 years, it feels like, just forever. So that's where we are in the grand picture of things. And as we come down here into the smaller time frame, I think it's important for us to realize where we are on the extreme of that range. Okay, so last week we talked about price moving up into the daily supply level, and lo and behold, it's done that. I'm thinking it can still go higher, but man, it over the past couple of days, it's come back down low, and we're right in the middle of the range again. So in my world, this is just a market that I'm just not really interested at all in trading right now, because it's in the exact middle of the range. I don't really like taking trades in the middle of the range. They usually don't work out very well. So I would say that playing this market in the middle of the range is probably not what we really want to be doing. But that's the daily time frame, and then here on the 4-hour time frame, we have a couple of these smaller time frame zones drawn in as well. So you can see like this is a big 4-hour level, okay? And I'm still looking for this thing just to play in the middle of the range. I have no trend direction whatsoever. I would leave this one alone, to be quite honest with you. Okay, we're just bouncing back and forth and back and forth. It's in no man's land. That's just my feelings on this potential market. So I'm just going to put in a little note here, just saying mixed in the range, and I'm not touching it. So that's how I feel about the euro dollar, and like to hear what you think in the comments below or in the question box down there. So if you want to do that, that would be amazing. Moving over to the pound New Zealand dollar on the weekly time frame, as we work from the weekly down to the smaller time frames, you can see that we've been in a big downtrend over the past year, and we found some support down here. The question is this level going to hold? And off the weekly, we really can't tell. It's given us a little bit of a retracement, but it's nothing to write home about. Over here on the daily time frame, I really like this because I can feel more of a possible range movement. And last week we were looking at a possible counter trend long money bounce to the upside here, and I really feel like that's a little bit of what's happened, so I'm really watching this level up here. Okay, so looking for the top of the range play, and I think that could easily happen there for sure. Okay, so that's the level that I'm going to be watching for. The trend is still down, but I feel like on the daily time frame, I'm seeing more of a range play. Okay, so we're going to change this text over here and put that on there. Over here on the 4-hour time frame, right now I'd be looking for still a long play, but these levels here at 181 is a really interesting level. I feel like we've gotten respect off of the 183 level, so we're bouncing back and forth in between those two areas here. And let me just highlight those a little bit. So right here we're looking for support to be found on this green level. It's inside of the daily zone, you know, kind of deal. So, excuse me, inside the weekly level. This is the big weekly level that we're in. The daily zone is just a little bit below us, and we don't actually see that zone on this chart. But I'm looking just for a little bit of support, and then us to push even higher into the daily supply level. So we're looking to the upside, even though the overall daily trend I still feel is to the down. So over here we're just waiting patiently for price to bounce to the upside, trying to play somewhat of a range play in the grand scheme of things. But again, this is off the daily time frame. So a lot of times this takes a while to really play out. You know, we've seen a lot of range here and a little bit of breakout to the upside. So we're gonna wait for that to happen and then wait for it to drop back down to the low areas.